my name is Leanna Harris. I work with instructional coaches, school administrators, teachers, and students on student-centered coaching with Diane Sweeney Consulting. As we get to be about halfway through summer and back to school ads start appearing on TV, a question that we get asked a lot by instructional coaches is, what should I be doing the first few days of school and even the first few weeks of school? When we were all classroom teachers, this was really obvious. You had a certain amount of time with your kids, you know what you needed to get done, and that's what you did. It's very defined. However, as instructional coaches, it's really quite the opposite. Our job is to be in classrooms with teachers, and yet they're busy setting up rituals and routines and creating a classroom culture, and it's really not necessarily the right time for us to be in there coaching with them. So what can we be doing? The first thing is to use this time to get to know the teachers, the other staff, the students, and even parents in your school community. One way to do this, especially for the teachers, is by creating a welcome letter. This is a way of introducing yourself. Maybe you've been at the building before, but certainly there will be new teachers who don't know you, or especially if you're new to the building or new to coaching, this is a great way to again, tell about yourself, about your beliefs, about what coaching is going to look like, and it's a really great way to introduce yourself kind of formally to the community. It's a really, really great time also to build relationships with teachers and for the students to get to know you, trusting relationships and developing a rapport with everybody in the building. So what can this look like on a day-to-day level? The first thing is just to have a lot of high visibility, and you can do this by being out and about during transition times, whether it's before or after school, helping during lunch and playground duty, being out in the hall during passing periods. All of these are great opportunities to be seen, to be helpful, and to be out in the school community. Another option is to help many teachers who have beginning of the year assessments that they need to be doing. You can offer to cover for them or help in other ways with these assessments. A third thing you can be doing is kind of informal coaching, we like to call it. This can be attending team meetings. It can be providing resources for teachers. It can be just a quick meeting with a teacher to talk about an issue they have going on and giving them some helpful ideas, helping set up a classroom library, doing some strategies around beginning of the year systems and structures. Lots of different things, but it's very informal. It may be one time, two times, but really unstructured and informal, but can be very helpful to teachers. And again, a great way to build those trusting relationships. Another thing you can be doing during this time is what we like to call adopt a teacher. And basically, this is a way to help yourself get ready for the school year and to demonstrate to the teachers in the building that you're a learner too. If, for example, you've always been a lower elementary teacher and now you're going to be coaching K-5, you may want to find a 4th or a 5th grade teacher who would let you just sit in their classroom a little bit over the course of the first few weeks to kind of see what it's all about and get to know the situation. Or if you're in the secondary level and you maybe are a humanities teacher, you might want to do this sitting in on math or science, and the same thing. You're a learner. You're getting to know the situation. It's not about them and their teaching. It's about you learning about something new. Lastly, you want to make sure from the very beginning of the year that you set up a specific time each week to meet with your school administrator. If you start this off at the beginning of the year, you've made it very clear that this is a priority and that both of you have it scheduled as a weekly meeting. So this is another way you can be using your time during those first 2 or so weeks. Now, all of this comes with a big caveat, and that is you need to set the expectation that what you're doing during this first 2 weeks or so is going to look very, very different from what you'll be doing for the rest of the year. We know that for coaching to be maximally effective, to have the biggest impact on student learning and student achievement, it needs to be deliberate and sustained over a period of time. And we do this with 4 to 6 week coaching cycles. So being helpful, stopping in someone's room to help with something, covering for a teacher, helping out on the playground are all great things, but you want to make it clear that those are not the things that you're going to be doing once your coaching cycles kick in after the school year gets up and running. So be very, very clear. The other thing you want to be keeping in mind during this is setting the culture of transparency. We're no longer in the era of believing that coaching is about fixing teachers. We want to make the message very clear that coaching is for everybody and everybody's students can benefit. So we want a very high level of transparency. And one of the ways we can do this is by always having our schedule visible for everybody. So even in those first few weeks when it's not very defined what you're going to be doing, you can still fill in. Obviously, you're meeting with the principal. That would be a set thing. If you know at 2 o'clock you're going to meet with the fourth grade team, put that on your schedule. If you know that tomorrow during her planning period you're meeting with the kindergarten teacher, put that on your schedule. And this way, not only are you making it clear that you're keeping busy and doing important work, but you're also, again, sending that very valuable message that it isn't a secret. It's not about hiding out that someone's working with you because they need to be fixed. It's about being very public and very transparent and taking a sense of pride in someone working with the coach. So always make sure you have your schedule up. And lastly, again, just remember this is about building relationships. So be out and about, be chatting, make sure everybody gets to know you, get to know the students, because in all likelihood, you're going to be in all of these classrooms at some point during the year. And if they feel a little more comfortable and know who you are, that will just help make that time go all the more smoothly. For more information, you can find lots of good nuts and bolts and theory and practice on student-centered coaching in both of Diane Sweeney's books, and you can visit us online at dianesweeney.com.